can we and how do we manage artistic and cultural organizations? Artistic and cultural organizations such as theaters, national stages, or museums are characterized by a set of specific features that are economic, organizational, or intrinsic. It is first of all their mode of operation that makes these organizations both unique and complex. They indeed have a creative artistic mission linked to objectives of creation rather than direct response to profitability or profit maximization goals. Moreover, they face multiple stakeholders and thus evolve at the crossroads of several worlds associated with various logics. An artistic logic responding to creativity objectives, a managerial logic since, like all organizations, they must be managed, but also a political logic due to external stakeholders and multiple public and private funders. Logics that can sometimes prove contradictory. All these characteristics will thus shape the management system of these organizations. Moreover, the uniqueness of these organizations is also linked to the specificity of the artistic product. You indeed observe a fleeting and prototypical nature of the products related to innovation and creativity. Since the artistic product has an innovative character and these organizations face uncertainty, how can one predict its production cost, sales, and public reception? These are questions that arise, for example, during the creation of a work or a show and its distribution, and what basis to use for making forecasts without reference to past or comparable data and in the absence of standards. Given this set of characteristics, management tools have several uses. Taking the example of budgets, many studies conducted especially in theaters have highlighted their hybrid nature, as they serve a classic instrumental purpose corresponding to their primary forecasting function, based on artistic programming, but also a political use in response to various needs. Budgets indeed are also political tools since they serve as a basis for discussions and negotiations for requests for funding and subsidies. They will also be the basis for reporting actions and thus for reportings to financial backers. Thus, the budget becomes a hybrid management tool that simultaneously responds to several artistic, managerial, but also political logics. Alongside these tools, there are dashboards composed of both financial and non-financial indicators, among which the artistic share ratio on operations, widely used in this type of organization, allowing for the monitoring of artistic dynamics or even attendance rates, which are very common in museums. In the end, all of these tools and instruments can be grouped within a portfolio of tools that can be termed a package in the sense of Mamir-Brown, in which we find 4 of the 5 main categories proposed by the authors, namely control by culture, since we observe very strong artistic values in this type of organization, but also a planning component that includes artistic programming and multi-annual objective contracts, a cybernetic control based on budgets, dashboards, and finally, an administrative control relying on governance and all the internal policies of these organizations. To conclude, it is thus the uniqueness and complexity of these organizations evolving at the intersection of several worlds that make their management complex, yet particularly interesting. Management that relies on a central and hybrid actor, the manager, who, like an acrobat, juggles between various logics.